She says she wants to Uber home now, 'cause you're just not her type of guy. But she still wants to be your friend, and if she meets her Mr. Right, then maybe you could help her move her stuff when she moves in with him. But for now, she just wants an Uber home. She says it's not that you're not handsome, you're just not her cup of tea. 'Cause she's got better things to do than to hang around with you. She's got other ways she'd rather spend her time. And that's why she just wants to Uber home.
So we're literally just gonna squeeze our little motos. So we want about 1 cup of juice, so we're literally just gonna squeeze our little motos.
Make it through the night, 'cause I am tired.
So we want about 1 cup of juice, so we're literally just gonna squeeze our little motos. So we're literally just gonna squeeze.
Social guy, always making children cry. I guess that's just the way it's night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself anymore. I guess I'm just not interesting. I have no personality. I met a guy with cancer, and he felt sorry for me. I've never been a social guy. I'm always making children cry. I guess that's just the way it's meant to be. Help me make it out of bed, 'cause I am scared and sad. Help me make it through the day, 'cause there's nothing out there for me anymore. 'Cause I'm always coming in last place and getting dirt kicked in my face, and everyone pushes ahead of me, and no one stops to care. And I curse the gods each day in vain for giving me this life of pain, when all I really need's a little hug. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me another time. All I've got left is my will to survive, but I've got the fire burning inside, and I've waited so long for this moment in time. I'm gonna change, you wait and see. I'm gonna be the best I can be. I'll be much better than everybody, 'cause this time it's all about me. You can dream when you sleep, you can sleep when you're dead. The bitch is hungry and she needs to be fed. I'm not gonna have sand kicked in my face anymore till the day that I die. Show me the way, show me a sign, show me that this time it's my turn to shine. I'm gonna be so much better than you, 'cause this time it's all about me.
Testing the mic, 1, 2, check, test, help, check, check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today I'm going to be teaching you how to make authentic South American snowball cookies. First I want to make sure, can you hear me and can you see me? Alexandram says, hello Henry, I recently found your videos and I love them. Thank you very much. We always welcome new users here to the platform. Hopefully you've got your username and password. Don't forget, it's never too late to become a user. Passion Error has resubscribed at tier 3. Thank you so much, Passion Error, for 8 months. And it says, hi Henry, roast beef. The users and all the fruit flies have been having my Oh, thank you to I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time reading. Thank you to roast beef, the users and all the fruit flies I've been having back in my kitchen. Thank you, Passionaire. Don't forget that when you have flies attracted to the food that you're eating, I mean, the bad news is you have pests, but the good news is they're smelling something good. So it's just sort of, you know, goes with the territory. The worst problem to have would be if they weren't showing up. JSPX fan has resubscribed tier 3. Thank you, JSPX fan. Let's see, are you on there? You should be. Oh yeah, you are. Just wanted to make sure you're on the tier 3. It says, it's been a wonderful 7 months of getting cooking explained to me and being surrounded by fellow users. Yeah, thank you, JSBX fan, and also great to meet you when you came out to the shows in Peoria, Illinois. And hope to see you in Naperville, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago, where I'll be performing September 21st at Danny's Pub. One show, one night only. And you can find out how to get tickets on henryphillips.com. Midnight Faded cheered 100 bits. Thanks, Midnight Faded. Hopefully computer isn't too sassy today. Yeah, we've been having problems with our device. Computer, what is the weather today? See? Computer, what is the weather today?
The current weather is 82 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Throughout the day you can expect more of the same, with a high of 84 degrees and a low of 59 degrees.
So as you can tell, we've been having some torrential weather here. Thitchin Hat says maybe computer needs another name change. Maybe, but it only gives you 5 possible names. It's like Alexa, computer, device, companion, and Kevin, I think. Super Sigma 200 says that's pretty hot. Are you talking about what I just said about the names? Oh, as in temperature-wise. Yeah, it is. It's very hot. Matt Glad says they are hobbling it so they can sell you the new AI model soon. Oh, yeah, they're working. They're always working on this technology stuff. And eventually we all will succumb to our technological overlords. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to it, but that's because I've already lived most of my life. And I had a decent run. I had a good run. I had some runs. I had the runs. Gumme Kande says, has resubscribed for 20 months and says, wave. Thanks, Gumme Kande. Thank you very much for your 20-month streak. Midnight Faded cheered 100 butts. Sorry, maybe Freudian. But I already called that one out anyway. So Lowa 69420. I don't know what those weird numbers mean. If I get an Alexa, I will name her Sugandese. Sugandese. That's an interesting name. Is that a nationality of some sort? It sounds like. Anyway, guys, we're getting off a little bit here, so we should. Everyone type force and says Sugandese nuts. Oh. Yeah, of course. And I've already seen that one too, and I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Guys, let's try to keep the dialogue up to a certain threshold of maturity here, if possible. Calicus has resubscribed for 20 months and says summer is approaching its end here in the polar area. But this fall, I'll welcome the darkness, as I'll be spending it with you, Henry, the cutest roast beef in the world, and such cool users. Thank you, Calicus. Let's check in on roast beef. Actually, this is my cat roast beef. Oh, it looks like he's sleeping in sort of a fetal position, kind of upside downish, a little bit like a backward shrimp. Very cool. Well, thank you, Calicus, for your resubscription. And you're right. You're about to enter the darkness, but you're going to embrace the darkness, kind of like that song. Don't Fear the Reaper. And we'll definitely be doing that song for our Halloween stream. We're going to have to pull all the stops out. I think, are we doing October 27th? I know Mochi, one of our VIP users, is going to be helping us put that together. And I want to do Dead by Daylight. I want to do it all. I want to have some great artwork by Ageless, and also Don't Fear the Reaper, because when we did that song last year, I think it occurred to me, wow, those are some of the darkest lyrics of any rock song that there's ever been. And I'm here for it, as the kids say. Okay, Shane Yes has subscribed for 26 months. Are you watching the Olympics, Henry? I'm glad you brought it up. No, I'm actually not. I'm doing a cooking tutorial live stream. But you know what? We do have some artwork here that was submitted to us on the Discord by a user who goes by the name Ransom, who showed us some highlights of the Olympics. And look at this. That seems to be my cat, Roast Beef, competing in the Paris 2024 Olympics. Looks like it's in Olympic diving. I guess it would be feline diving would be the category. Very cool. I don't want to cover them up, but there's other pictures here too. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, it looks like this is the gymnastics. Yep. This is probably, if you look at roast beef right now, this is probably most likely what he's dreaming that he's doing right now. That would be really cool if his dream was to be competing in the Olympics, because we have been watching the Olympics and it's been good overall. We have another one here from Ransom. Thanks, Ransom, for these themed. It looks like roast beef got the gold. Woohoo! Go USA. I think he's fighting for USA. I don't know, really. I don't really know what his particular citizenship is, or if they even have citizenship. I think animals are just citizens of the world. They don't really partake in our social contracts. Their land's only borders lie around their heart. I didn't come up with that. Everyone type Forson says, I just competed in the suntanning Olympics, but I only got bronze. Well, that's still pretty good. Mochi's Nirvana, did roast beef meet Lady Gaga and Beyonce? No, unfortunately, but we do. Thank you, Mochi, for your submission. Mochi submitted a picture. I think this is an old one. This one's called The Fast Supper. And of course, fast is a play on words because a fast is when you're not eating. So maybe, but it seems to be all of the McDonald's characters. It's all the fast food characters because it's got Wendy and it's got Burger King guy and Jack in the Box. And and that Moon guy that they introduced for a little while and did Mac the Knife. Dazzle Cat, you don't remember the Moon dude? Yeah, that was I think that was McDonald's. It was a really cool. That was probably my favorite campaign. He was singing Mac the Knife, and I was pretty young at the time. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that song Mac the Knife yet, I don't think. And it turned me on to a whole genre of music called musical theater. That was from a show called Three Penny Opera that was written by Anthony Newley, co-written by Anthony Newley, I believe. And also Anthony Newley was a huge inspiration to David Bowie and also co-wrote the song Pure Imagination with Leslie Bricusse for the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or something like that. Okay, everybody. What else do we have here? Got a few more. Pug Lady sends us this one. It seems to be a sea of pugs. This is really very cute. I'd say this is one of the cutest things we've had on here. Thank you, Pug Lady. These pugs are always cute. Everybody loves cute stuff, and pugs. Pug Stampede, Hank Boozle says. Lolwa6942 says it's giving me the creeps. Yeah, I guess if you saw that many of anything, even cute things, you'd still think that your life is in danger. This is the last thing that you see before you get licked to death by cute pugs. I'm guessing. But thank you very much, Pug Lady. A grumble of pugs. Oh, is that what you call a gathering, a group of pugs? A grumble? Kind of like a gaggle of geese? A murder of crows? A grumble of pugs. I love it. All right, let's see what else we've got. JV's Tech sends us this. I think there was a caption about these being Marines from Camp David or something like that. Maybe enlighten us a little bit more. Dark Ages says, you look out of your window one morning, coffee in hand, and this is what you see. The pugs have revolted. Yeah, they got tired, and they formed an insurrection or a revolution. Very cool. Piss Baby asks, you're being air-rated? Maybe so. Okay, we've got songs to do, so I should save some of these backgrounds. Why don't we pick a background? Nella gives us a nice background for a song. Nella lives in a place called Ohio, UK. So if you took out the H, it would be just 5 letters. O-I-O-U-K. Ransom GR, were your pants on when you took that photo? That I can't answer. Let's put on some reverb. Check 1. Check. Test. 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 We have a request for a song that I did once before, but it's been a while, and it was a request that came in from JSBX fan, and I figured, who's also, I believe, Crush with Eyeliner on Discord, and JSBX fan on here. Let me know if I'm wrong. We have reverb, okay? This is a song by Jim Croce, the late Jim Croce, who is dead, is what I was trying to say. Parasitosis, fart with reverb. Okay. JSBX fan, I didn't realize it was performed before. Sorry. No, it's all right. It's a nice song. Purple Donut filling his fruit. What was he late for? Well, he was late probably for a concert or something. Mochi's Nirvana, Jim Croce was very much a friend of Henry's Kitchen. I hope so, but I don't know if his life overlapped with the show. But either way, not much trivia behind this one other than that it's a very beautiful song about a guy who's going through a difficult breakup situation, and I'm going to try to do it justice here. Then he was able to make a rhyme with LA. It wouldn't have worked if it was like, she's living in Syracuse with my best old ex-friend Zachariah, and it just wouldn't be good. But sometimes things work out. A guy she said she knew and sometimes hated, but isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all of that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. Operator, could you help me place this call? 'Cause I can't read the number that you just gave me. There's something in my eyes, you know it happens every time. Think about the love that I thought would save me. It sounds like he's cutting onions, and he needs an Onyo helm. Isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all of that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. Operator, let's forget the whole fucking thing. There's no one that I really want to talk to. He wasted all of her time. Thank you for your time, 'cause you've been so much more than kind. Well, it's her job, technically. And can I ask one more thing? What are you doing Saturday night? Wow, that's really uncalled for. Isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all of that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell her I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. Okay, song by the late Jim Croce, as requested to us on the Discord by a user named JSBX Fan or Crush with Eyeliner. And yeah, Parasitosis says late. Well, my friend Mark Cohen, who, as we all know, develops these games for Henry's Kitchen, once told me about a comedian that he can't remember the name, but the phrasing of it was, he ain't late, he ain't coming. And I think that applies to Jim Croce. If anybody does know who that was that said that, please feel free to chime in on the chat. We've got some alerts here. JSBX Fan cheered 200 bits. Thank you very much, and thanks for that trip down memory lane. And Midnight Faded gifted a tier 1 sub to Regret. Thank you. And Shane Yes resubscribed and asked about the Olympics. Okay, so thank you, Nella, for this awesome background of your backyard, presumably. And let's go ahead and see what else we've got here in the way of... Lonk the King sends us this one and said it's a picture of Florida. This is like some kind of a, looks like a Hobbit house or something, and apparently it's in Florida. I guess we could probably do a song to it. We have another request. Lowa 69420, Henri, have you thought about breeding a family? No, I don't have whatever the gene is that wants me to propagate my genetic material, to use awkward phrasing of something. Let's see what else we've got here. Thank you very much, Lonk the King. And I know we had other ones. Oh, yeah. This one here comes to us from JB's Tech. And it looks to be planes. And now, am I assuming that this is the plane that Nico Tezo is arriving on? Let me know if I'm wrong about that. And if I'm wrong, then that's not true. But I think that that's what you mentioned in the Discord. Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got a couple of picks. Mochi also sent us this one. What does that say? Yankee Hotel Foxtrot Wilco. Wilco is the artist. Wilco, is that the band name or is it the name of the main artist? I never knew. But I'll have to listen to more Wilco. Fitchin Hat says, hey Henry, since cassowaries are considered the world's most dangerous bird, why don't we cook them up on holidays? They're probably hard to get, you know. Like, for example, shark is not one of those seafood items that you see on the typical restaurant. But I'm sure that if you are lucky enough to get shark meat, it's very lean because they're at the top of the food chain, I guess. I don't know why it would be lean. I guess all fish would be kind of lean, right? Because they're just swimming all the time as opposed to a lot of animals that are just sort of sitting around. Like cows. Okay, so parasitosis. This is an interesting pick. Old Germa. Okay, Sparkleese. Just resubscribed for 7 months. Thanks, Sparkleese. Okay. Dark Ages, do you have any plans on competing in a professional cooking explaining in the next Winter Olympics? Is that a winter one? Yeah, because I was wondering why they didn't have it for the Summer Olympics, but it makes sense that cooking explaining would be a competition that they do during the winter months because people are just more likely to be cooking at home because it's cold outside, I guess. So yeah, I'm more than happy to. We'll see. Container 520, there ain't a snowball's chance in hell those cookies aren't coming out delicious. Yep, highly agree. You can't screw these up. If anybody wants to see what we're making today, oh boy, these are gonna be delicious. Roast beef is so excited about this. It's gonna be awesome. Let's go ahead and do another song. We have a song request from Phaedrus on the Discord, who I believe is Thitchin Hat here on the on this platform, whichever one it is, Twitch. So let's find the words. This song is by the late Leonard Cohen. A lot of late musicians. I think musicians aren't really known for their punctuality is most of the problem. So he sings this very low. Leonard Cohen, if you're not familiar, is an amazing songwriter. Well, he wrote the song Hallelujah that was mostly popularized by Jeff Buckley, the late Jeff Buckley, died way too young. And it was eventually used in the movie Shrek, the late Shrek. I think Shrek was late too. I mean, he'd have to be because that takes place in like the medieval times, I believe. And there's no way that Shrek would still be alive. So, Borsenvin, you're right. He has so many great songs. The Stranger song is probably one of my all-time favorites. Hallelujah. What are some other ones? Sisters of Mercy, Famous Blue Raincoat. There's so many. So a lot of people are very upset about Shrek dying. I just kind of assume that they don't live forever, but maybe not. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and do this song. You know what would be a cool background for this is I think we're going to go back to Pug Lady's Pug Pick. I like this for this song.
Everybody knows that the dice are loaded. Everybody rolls with their fingers crossed. Everybody knows that the war is over.
got this broken feeling like their father or their dog just died. Everybody's talking to their pockets. Everybody wants a box of chocolates, a long stem rose. Everybody knows. All right, I'm gonna do another verse here. Everybody knows that you love me, baby. Everybody knows that you really do. Everybody knows that you've been faithful, give or take a night or two. Everybody knows that you've been discreet, but there were so many people that you just had to meet without your clothes. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. That's how this goes. Everybody knows. Okay, there's 35 more verses here, so I think in the interest of time, we're going to cut to the last verse. I'm going to change the key. Let's try it here. Everybody knows that you're in trouble. Everybody knows that you've been through what the bloody cross top of the Calvary to the beach of Malibu. Everybody knows it's coming apart. Take one last look at this sacred heart before it blows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Okay, Carol 57 says, beautiful, Henry. Thank you very much. Leonard Cohen is really was a Canadian national treasure, and I'm gonna miss him. I mean, he's been deceased for several years now, but not too long ago. But it was very sad. All right, well, I guess it's time to cook. So here, let me put the guitar away. And yeah, thanks for the request, Thichin Hat, like Beelzeby says here. And Loa 69420 says, we are getting off now. Yeah, we are. Okay. It's time to go to the kitchen. Okay. Well, here we are at Henry's Kitchen, and we're going to be cooking something delicious today. It's going to look like this when we're done with it. It might not have such a beautiful sort of a presentation, but a lot of that stuff is contrived or sometimes even done by AI. So we're not going to compare ours to the picture because you'll always be disappointed. And so what we're going to do, though, what we will do is we will start cooking. I'm going by a recipe here for Snowball cookies called delish.com. And I want to explain to you that recently for the Patreon video that I do once a month, exclusive to Patreon viewers on patreon.com/Henry's Kitchen, I invited a very special guest with me to help me make a Venezuelan treat. So I had to buy this special kind of flour, pre-cooked white masa harina style corn flour. So, what does that mean? Well, I guess what I'm saying is that I'm going to swap out the normal all-purpose flour with a very specific purpose flour, and it should give us more of a South American flair to these particular types of cookies. I'm not positive, but I think it's worth a shot. Computer, how much time is left on our timer?
There are no timers set.
Oh yeah, okay. And Lich's Advocate says the reverb is upside down. Hold on. Check. Okay, did that get rid of the reverb there? Okay. Ransom GR says, hey Henry, I just got some new knives, but I'm too scared to use them. Any tips for making them less sharp? Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but if you take two knives and rub them up against each other at their sharp points, that either makes them more dull or it makes them even sharper. I can't remember which one. Or it might do both. Matt Glad says, is it made with real porpoise or is it in imitation porpoise? No, it's purpose. All purpose flour. JSBX fans sounds like they need to get a room. Yeah, the knives cutting up using their sharp areas could be a personal thing. Fondue Yourself says it makes one sharper and the other duller. Oh, okay. That's the way it is. So make sure. But now, how do you know which one is getting duller and which one's getting sharper? I'm not sure. I should have just said I don't know. That's actually something that a lot of explainers don't say very often. That you should just say, I don't know. I have no idea. That's what I should have said, because I really don't. So I'm sorry, Ransom, for wasting your time with a faux answer. Okay. So what are Snowball cookies? No, I'm serious. What are Snowball cookies? Well, it says here, rolled in confectioner's sugar, these sweet nutty cookies are worth every bit of the sugary winter wonderland they create. Snowball cookies are an iconic Christmas cookie. I didn't realize that when I picked this for the recipe. Sorry about that. It's apparently a Christmas item. And a must-have easy treat we love to serve year after year. Don't cook them unless it's Christmas, you asshole. Okay, well, we screwed that part up. Set them out as the cherry on top to your Christmas dinner or as the sweetest homemade food gift for friends and family. If you've ever had snowballs before, keep reading for all of our top tips. And then one of the tips is do not substitute the all-purpose flour for masa harina flour. This is not a South American dish. It's not supposed to be a South American dish. It's ridiculous because South America is not known for its snowballs. So apparently they're upset with me for trying to put a variation on it. There's another one that there's another variation that I did. Let's see. Semillas de calabaza. I was going to use these instead of chopped walnuts to make it even more, South American. But anyway. Okay, well, let's just get right into it, shall we? Computer, how much time left?
There are no timers set.
Okay, we're going to have to set a timer here. Computer, set timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Okay. Blood Snail says these people hate what they don't understand and they are simply scared of your innovation. That's the way I like to look at it. Thank you. Thanks for that vote of confidence there. Parasitosis says, I bought cornmeal. Is that the same thing? Yeah, it does say cornmeal here, but it's more exotic to call it Harina de Maize, Blanco Precocida. Okay. What the hell are we doing here? I'm trying to go to, oh yeah, okay. This is very unfortunate. Unfortunately, I picked a dish where we're going to have to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. I don't know why I did that. It's this summer and we're in a heat wave and all that, but I'm going to have to do that first. So let's go ahead and start your oven there. Line a large cookie sheet. Well, let's go over the ingredients first. I've got some granulated sugar. I've got some pepitos de cabezas. And then I've got some butter that is supposed to be melted. I'm assuming it's melting because it's here in the hot room. I have some confectioner sugar. Remember, a confectioner is not the same as a chocolatier or a candy maker. These are three different types of professions that hate each other. And you don't want to put them in the same room because you're going to end up with a fight. This is vanilla extract. This is fine kosher sea salt crystals. And of course, the star of our show, our masa harina. Fecula de maize. So let's go ahead and push this stuff aside and let's get we have a parchment lined cookie sheet here, and it says line a large cookie sheet with parchment. Okay, so that's what we did basically. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so let's set that aside. I guess they mean that we're going to use that in a little bit. We also have this. Also, I'm going to have to get to work with Quanto, but for some reason this is always off center. But there we go. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is in a large bowl, which I have, we're going to mix the flour, the pepitos de cabezas, the granulated sugar, the salt, and the vanilla, and we're going to add butter. And then using our hands, we're going to combine everything until the mixture resembles a course meal. I don't know how many courses of a meal they're talking about, but we'll find out. I guess a 3-course meal would be the standard. Okay, so let's just jump right in here. I've got, and this thing's messed up again. I don't understand why it does that every time. That's just playing on my OCD there. Okay, so let's also talk about how many balls that we're gonna make. Let's talk about, I think they call that the yield. So, do they have a yield? No, it doesn't have a yield. But so I'm just going to make it the way it is. And hopefully it's going to be something that I'm going to want to keep on eating. I don't have my 1 cup, but I have a half a cup. So, computer, how many half a cups would you need if you want to make 1 cup of Harina masa flour?
To make 1 cup of Harina pasta flour, you would need about a half a cup of flour.
Okay. So that's a half a cup. I think it's 2 halves a cup. Okay. And this is pre-cooked, by the way. If you have cornmeal at home and you want to follow along, you have to pre-cook your harina masa, or you need to buy the pre-cooked type. I think they might all come pre-cooked. Okay, we're combining then our flour, our pepitas de cabezas, And of this, it wants 1.5 cups. That sounds a bit much. That sounds like so much. But whatever, that's the thing, I guess. 1/4 cup of our granulated sugar. So this is a 1/4 cup. You can only scoop so much of it in there at any one time. Pinch kosher salt. Pinch nobody really knows. Computer, how much is a pinch of salt?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, a pinch of salt is generally defined as 1/16 teaspoon.
Well, I should have done it that way, but that's okay. I don't know who puts salt on their tasty Snowball treats. I want to call out a couple of alerts here. elake_ resubscribed on Prime for 9 months. Thank you. It says, "Hi Henry, I'm watching in 160p. It looks like your cookies are developing a fine crust." Thank you. Thanks, elake. Norel Borel has subscribed. Thank you. And Beelzebub gifted a tier 1 sub to Blood Snail. Thank you so much, everybody. And thanks, Beelzebub, for that generosity. And if anybody's keeping track, we're at 427 subscribers as of right now. Borsimvin donated $5. Thank you, Borsimvin. And it says, "Henry, I bought a set of measuring spoons and cups to match American recipes." I do. But they're all labeled in milliliters, and I still don't know which is what I need. Can I sue? Yeah, I think that you would probably have a class. You could probably talk some lawyers into organizing a class action lawsuit, because they've probably ripped off many people doing that. And when there is a class action lawsuit, you get a percentage of many millions of dollars, sometimes up to 10 cents. So you should definitely sue. And let's take a look at my cat roast beef here and see how he's doing. Still chilling. Looks like he's still dreaming of being in the Olympics, which I think is very sweet. I think I might have screwed something up on this recipe already, because it says in the mixing bowl we want to mix up our harina de masa, our pepinas de cabazo, granulated sugar, which we did, salt, yes, and the vanilla extract. Okay, so we're still good. Was that an alert we missed? Munch Hotel cheered 200 bits for beef. Thank you, Munch Hotel. Okay, how much vanilla extract? It looks like we want 1 teaspoon. So let's do it. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm very happy that everybody's watching this instead of the Olympics. I mean, the Olympics you can watch every 4 years or whatever. But a show like this is a much more unique experience that only happens twice a week. Right now we have 318 viewers. Okay, so the pressure's on. All right, everybody, if you're just joining us, this is what we're making. They're going to be amazing. They are called, these are going to be South American style snowballs. And they're South American because we're using pepitos de cabazos as well as masa harina flour. So what we need to do now is grab a whisker, which I have, and we're going to have big whisker and little whisker working together on this one. wait, first I want to just make sure that they are supposed to be indeed stirring this up. Mix, yeah. And by the way, we are not, we're not done. So far, it's pretty hard to believe that this is going to come out good. Purple donut filling is fruit says, did it call for cat purina or dog purina? No, it's masa harina, which I think means corn meal. Malf underscore says, one of these is a testament to human accomplishment, where people reach new heights in excellence that improves all of humanity. And the other one is the Olympics. Thank you. Thanks, Malf. At first I thought you might say that the Olympics was that. But you're absolutely right. I think that Henry's Kitchen is not just a Twitch live stream. It would be so reductive to just call it a show. It's really an experience. It's not even, I mean, even to say it's an experience, it's probably the best phenomenon that's happened in the modern times. So here, we have another alert here. Midnight Faded tipped $10. Thanks, Midnight Faded. And says for a box of donuts. Well, we're kind of going to have that. Mega Gildy, anyone can swim. Not everyone can understand the depth of Henry's Kitchen. I agree. Jose frickin' Perez says the Olympics fell off back in 780 AD. Yeah, I think it's when they found out in 700 AD was when they started developing performance-enhancing drugs. And ever since then, I think people have kind of just thought the whole thing is kind of bullshit. Oh, we've got our first fly. We've got a fly. So that usually means that we're doing something right. It's annoying, but that means that they're smelling us cooking up something good. Okay? Now, this part's going to be tricky. We need to incorporate some butter. How much butter? Well, let's see what it says. It says, butter, half a cup. So, computer, how many tablespoons is half a cup?
0.5 cups is 8 tablespoons.
Okay, we don't... A, who's going to put that much butter? That's absolutely ridiculous. And B, I didn't really have a B when I started that sentence. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I think that's going to be enough butter, to be honest with you. But this actually is going to be problematic, I think, because the butter is clumping up in my whiskers. Munch Hotel says, wait, can mods do anything about private messages, like if I harassed a fellow user? I'm not sure. Container 520, no liquids? Maybe flying too close to the sun, Henry. Well, the butter should be liquid. It's just, I think I was supposed to melt it ahead of time, which really sucks. That was kind of not smart on my part. Computer, how much time left on the timer?
You have 20 seconds left on your 15-minute timer.
Okay, and let's see here. We've got, I'm gonna set the timer for another 5 minutes because we can't take a break right now. Norel Borel says, throw the whole thing in the microwave. I would, but we learned last time that apparently... Computer, stop! We learned that metal and plastic don't go in the microwave, apparently. So we have a real, like a serious problem here. I'm going to use another utensil to get that butter out of there. there are times when you're in the kitchen that you just think that everything seems completely futile and not even worth the basic act of even getting up in the morning. But you do anyway, because you get hungry and you have to eat, and you just got to shake it off. I think I might be able to whip this up with one of those. Oh, you know what I have? Perfect. This thing. No? This thing doesn't work at all. Okay, whatever. I thought that was going to work. Gayfish69 says, up your Ohio Riz, Henry. Don't be doomer locked. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Okay, blow dryer maybe. Oh, that's not a terrible idea. Well, let's see what we're supposed to be doing, because if we're just making balls out of this dough, we could just go ahead and do that and skip the next step. Add butter using your hands. Combine everything until it resembles a course meal, a 4-course meal. Okay, the butter, it says the butter should be chopped and softened, so it was already soft. I think the only place that I fucked up was that I didn't chop it. But other than that, I think we're okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting in there with my hands. So here we go. Might as well just get right into it. Always wash your hands before you do this. I actually just forgot to right now. But that's quite all right, because I'll just be eating this by myself with my cat tonight while we watch the VOD of the Henry's Kitchen episode that we made today. So, Saguaro Ooze says, just wash your hands afterward. Gayfish69, man, I really should start using my hands. Dazzlecat says the oven kills all the germs. Oh, that's good to know. Borsenvin says your balls are best handled by hand. I guess so. If you're using a utensil, sometimes that can make it more complicated. But if you're working at a restaurant, I think it's better to use your hands. Kitchen Hat says it needs more butter. You're absolutely right, it does. And I didn't want to put like massive amounts of butter into this, but I think we're probably gonna have to. That's kind of a problem. So these are basically just big butter balls. Computer, what is the worst thing that can happen to you if you eat too much butter?
Butter is high in calories and can therefore lead to weight gain and contribute to the development of heart disease when consumed in excess. When overconsumed, it can also lead to an increase in bad cholesterol or LDL as well as triglyceride levels. This, in turn, increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, blood clots, and more.
Okay, so I guess we're adding more butter, but I want to soften it this time. First, I'm going to chop it. Who would have ever thought we'd be chopping butter? Let's get a knife. I'm going to get a pretty sharp knife for this. Oh boy. Okay, and now what am I doing? I just took a big thing of butter and ate it. That was stupid. Let's get, I'm going to put this butter into a bowl and we're going to put it in the microwave to soften it. Thank you so much, Kitchen Hat, for informing us about the lack of butter because this stuff isn't coming out with a consistency that seems anything like a cookie or anything good for that matter. Okay. Okay, I think this is probably as good as any of a time for me to show an ad. So if you're not a subscriber, unfortunately, you're going to have to see a 3-minute ad break. But don't worry, we're not going to be doing any cooking explaining during that interim time. Dr. Crappenschitz says, just tuned in. Is Henry building a sandcastle? What's in the bowl? No, this is our dough. Beelzebub just gifted 5 subs. And it made a big noise. Thank you so much, Beelzebub. That's very generous of you. And thanks for continuing to support us here at Henry's Kitchen. I really appreciate that. And because I like doing what I do. And I couldn't be doing it without the type of generosity that you're exhibiting. So thanks for that. Okay. So I'll go ahead and, as part of my commitment to Twitch, I have to show an ad. But if you're a subscriber, that means that we're still going to sit around and just kind of chat for a little bit. But we won't do any cooking explaining, so don't worry about that, about missing anything. So without further ado, here we go. Everyone type force and says, don't forget they stole my tackies. Parasitosis, wow, Jose Suicidio is going to help now? Okay. Gayfish69, this is going to end horribly wrong. The agony of the unforsaken is upon us. That's one way to look at it, but I'm not sure particularly what you're talking about. If you're talking about this dish or just all of our lives. Let me take this out. I know this is a little bit borderline in terms of content, but I think simply taking our butter out of the microwave is that's not a ton of content. So... Okay, Mega Gildy says, Henry, your cooking tips while non-subs are watching ads just got me 5 girlfriends. Wow. Everyone type Forsen says, my grandfather tried to warn them about the Titanic. He screamed and shouted about the iceberg and how the ship was going to sink, but all they did was throw him out of the theater. Yeah, you know, you're not really supposed to talk during those blockbuster movies, even though everybody knows what was going to happen. Going back to the Leonard Cohen song, everybody knows what was going to happen in the movie Titanic. Piss Baby says, unsubs, the microwave exploded. No, let's not make the unsubs feel like they're missing out. Let's not give them FOMO. That's one of those words that the kids use. FOMO. By kids, I mean 40-year-olds. What else do we got here? JSBX fan, do you have to go to the doctor for FOMO? No, I don't think you do. I think it's just sort of a psychological disease. Bexy, I got an ad with a dog named Henry. Awesome. Yeah, I think Henry started as a dog name and then people started using it as a cute thing to call their kids. Okay, let's see what's happening here. We've got 7 seconds until the unsubs are back. And boom. Okay, everybody's back. It's time to get back. So if you when you left, we were doing this where we were microwaving our butter. By the way, we lost 50 viewers on that ad break, so that's something to think about. Okay, but it could be 50 viewers that weren't interested in seeing that our awesomeness is going to come out like this. But I look at it as 50 people who are missing out, to be honest with you. So let's now pour in our butter. There we go. And we're going to go back to by hand mixing this up. Oh yeah, this is feeling much more like a consistency that we can actually work with. All right. Blurry Little Quest says, can we switch to beef real quick to get the viewers back? Yeah, we're going to have to. I don't want to touch my stream deck right now because if I do, I'll get whatever this shit is all over it. And I don't want to do that. Okay, so this is definitely more of a dough ball kind of situation. But I am a little surprised that there's not some other type of liquid that we can be using for this. Okay, I think that's it. We're done. Let me rinse my hands. All right. Let me guess. We're gonna have to turn this into balls. Quick check on roast beef. That's my cat roast beef. Oh, wow, we're at 348 viewers. That just happened because when we show roast beef, we get a huge influx of viewership. So that's pretty awesome. And then it goes down when we show me cooking. So let's see what our next order of business is. If you're just joining us, we are making these beautiful South American style snowball cookies. They're going to be absolutely gorgeous and delicious. They are not that yet. We just have this. But it's time now to get our parchment lined paper, and we're going to go on to step 3, which is really like step 30. But we're going to form the dough into small balls, and we're going to place it on our prepared cookie sheet. So let's do that now. I want to make this so that you can see it here. Okay, so let's make one. We're going to want to pack this. You know what? I'm going to take it upon myself to add a little bit of water here because something's not working with this. So I'm going to add some hot water. And just see if I can get this consistency a little better. Because I'm having a hard time forming it. Oh yeah. That's going to be much better. In fact, I think I put way too much and actually screwed it up sort of the other way. But whatever. This dish might be a fail. But I'm kind of... it's time to just sort of move on. We're just getting off way too much. Okay. So let's just try to form these into balls of some sort. Stabby7 says, is this like spaghetti where you throw it at the wall and if it holds together it's ready? Yeah, I don't know if I want to throw this at my wall.
Delicious.
It's really not a very sightly thing. Oh, Cream HMS just rated us with 24 viewers. Thank you. Thank you very much, Cream HMS. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. We are making South American snowballs. So we're making snowball cookies, but we're using masa harina type of flour. And we're also using pepitos de cabezas. And we're a little worried. It doesn't seem to be looking very sightly, but sometimes a lot of the stuff that we've made here, while we're making it, it looks like it's going to come out like shit, but then we eat it and it tastes not the greatest. So here, let me rinse my hands. Okay. Computer, how much time left?
There are no timers set.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure there weren't any timers. Okay. So, this is the stage that we're at. We have here our beautiful South American snowball cookie doughs put into ball form and now ready to put in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. We're going to bake them for 15 minutes. And then after that, we're going to roll them in our powdered sugar. And then we're going to set them on a cooling rack. And then I think we're done. Hopefully. Okay. I almost tripped over my green screen. Oh. Computer, set timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
EarnDog580, do you ever work with HelloFresh meals? Yes, I do. We did a sponsorship with HelloFresh, and I think it came out great. I never heard from them again, but I thought it went well. A lot of people signed up. Okay, everybody, it's time now for our next order of business. Thanks again, Cream HMS, for rating us. We're going to get a guitar and we're going to do a thank you to all of the users here on Twitch and also on Discord who make this show what it is. I'm sure everybody's familiar with the term, it takes a village, and it does. Let's put some reverb here. You need technical advisors, and when I started twitching here with Henry's Kitchen, it was just me. I did talk to Nim. Nim was the one who was giving us an audience by showing our content, and eventually we talked, and then he talked me into starting a Twitch channel, and then people came out like Quanto for technical advisors. We had Dingo Bob coming forward as a Discord organizer, and also Fawcan for moderating, and so many other moderators. Now we have VIP users. We have big streamers who have given us a lot of wonderful publicity by sending their viewership our way by either collaborating like we did with S-Fand a couple of Halloweens ago, or just showing Henry's Kitchen videos on their channel. So I want to thank everybody, and without further ado, and that was a lot of ado, and I apologize. Maybe we'll do this, we do it to a different tune every time. Why don't we do this to the tune of the song that we did, Operator, by Jim Croce, the late Jim Croce. Fucking dingo bop, dom, dom, beef, hot bear, 1110. Do dingle, dog, goggle, Dr. Flynn, G's and Bacchus. Shane, yes, Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana, it's Kate Kairosa. Bumble Vision and the LGX Chef Reactions. Bill Arkin Music and Husky Boyo. Nim Moon Moon, Amaru, S-Band, and Bonnie too. Dazzle Cat, Blurry, Little Quest, and Borson Ben. Don't forget Quanto, Yarkasm, Nico, Tezo, Michael Bublé, 4422, Passion Era, Minho, Shin, 64, Midnight Faded, JSBX Man, Zod, Bane, and Toke, My Nuts, Saguaro, Burrito, 55555, Dinosaur, JV's Tech, Sickly Boy, Beelzebub, Hand Lips 1, that's me. Game Master Flash, the Cat Food Taste Tester, the Cheerin' X, Mochi's Nirvana, Red Hot, Hibachi, Ransom, GR, Purple Donut Filling is a fruit, Tankard and Borson Ben, Zodiac, Tone, Gary, Busey, ASMR, Shandis, Nova, Glarium, Toiling, Bill Arkin Music, Husky Boyo, and don't forget Quanto. And if you live in the Chicago area, I'll be there September 21st, playing at Danny's Pub in Naperville, Illinois. And if you want to know how to get tickets, you go to henryphillips.com. There'll be a lot of users there. And this weekend, coming up, I'll be in Park City, Utah, August 2nd and 3rd as part of the art festival there. Again, henryphillips.com, and the link is right there. Thanks so much to all the people that have made such incredible contributions to Henry's Kitchen, without whom we would not be here today. Okay. Saguaro just resubscribed at tier 3 for 25 months. There you are. Thank you very much, Saguaro Nice Smile 3125. Users of what? Well, I'm mostly referring to users of the platform Twitch. So for example, my username is henlips1. I don't mean are they users of controlled substances, although they could be. I don't generally judge whether somebody wants to partake in that kind of stuff, but I don't necessarily want to encourage it either. But if you are doing controlled substances or whatever, do them at your own discretion, preferably while listening to music. Pigeon Hat, I would go to Park City, but we'll be seeing Ween that night. Sorry, and wow, Ween is great. No problem. As a matter of fact, should we pull out a Ween song? There was a Ween song that we used to do. Maybe we'll pull it out now. Boy, oh boy, this is kind of hard. All right, let's see. Ocean Man. Computer, how much time left?
You have 8 minutes and 10 seconds left on your 15-minute timer.
Okay, this is Ocean Man, inspired by Phaedrus going to see Ween instead of seeing me in Park City. But wait a second, Park City, I'm doing 2 nights. Are you going to both Ween shows? Not that that's a problem, but just curious. All right, here we go. Sung by Ween. Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, the crust of a tan man, imbibed by the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the Oberman? Ocean man, the crust is elusive when it casts forth to the childlike man. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form raised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man. Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form raised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the Oberman? Ocean man, the crust is elusive when it casts forth childlike man. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form raised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man. See? Thitch and Hat, now you don't have to go to see Ween. You can come to my show in Park City this weekend, and that way, because I already did a Ween song, and that should be enough now. Computer, how much time left?
You have 5 minutes and 40 seconds left on your 15-minute timer.
We've got time for another Ween song while we're waiting for our snowballs. This is a nice one off of, I think this is off of the White Pepper album. Sort of a ballad. Okay, I might have a hard time with it. Let's see. In the morning sun, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you so many things about how much I really love you, about how much you really mean. So far away, but it's so easy to see you. When I'm away, I wanna put my arms around you, and I wanna know, do you feel the same way? 'Cause if you do, I wanna stay forever. And I wanna know, do you feel the same way? 'Cause if you do, I wanna stay forever with you. A lot of weird stuff happening in the chat. So many colors that surround you, some so bright I can hardly see you. A light reflects on all the things that make you real, things that make you truly free. So far away, but it's so easy to see you. When I'm away, I wanna put my arms around you, and I wanna know, do you feel the same way? 'Cause if you do, I wanna stay forever usually don't have to see Ween. You can come see me in Park City, Utah, August 2nd and 3rd. Oh, shit! I almost forgot. I am announcing officially another date here, and that is October 11th, Fairfield, Connecticut. It's a theater show, one night only. You can go to henryphillips.com if you want to buy tickets for it now. But I'm really excited. It's Fairfield, Connecticut. It's my first time headlining a show in the Northeast in many, many years. So I encourage you to get a plane ticket if you don't live anywhere near there and just go for it. It's Kate X, for example, I think is somewhere across the Atlantic Ocean. I'm in California. It would require both of us to have a 6-hour plane ride. So that sort of splits the travel up in a way. It's Kate X says, where are you taking your date? I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, what are you going to cook for the crowd in Connecticut, Henry? You know, it's not going to be cooking. I might do a little cooking. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. We might show some cooking videos, but mostly it'll be songs, stories, a little bit of frivolous joke telling, and piano, guitar, multimedia, and meeting and greeting, and just having a lot of fun. So, Purple Donut Filling His Fruit. Oh wait, no. JSPX fans, sushi date. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yes. I don't think that I'm going to be doing any sushi dating. Link's Deity, Henry's show plus Shed Aquarium in Chicago. What a perfect day. Awesome. Does that mean that you're coming? This is very awesome. Phil Murray says, looking good today, Henry. Thank you very much. I'm experimenting with different lighting options, I guess, or levels. Computer, stop. Okay, everybody, it's time. That moment that we've all been waiting for. We should very shortly have these in our kitchen, and they're going to be frickin' delicious. Maybe they'd be good with coffee for the afternoon. Let's check in on roast beef here. Oh, roast beef seems to have switched to a different position. This is board right arm out, as opposed to shrimp fetal, which he was in earlier. Okay, so here we go. We've made a huge mess here, by the way. Well, Quanto says, hey Henry, hope all is well. Just wondering what the fuck happened to the Canon scene alignment. Yeah, I don't know, but every time I fix it, it's fixed for a second, and then I go to another camera angle, and then watch this. It goes back in that unaligned, shitty position. So, all right, I'm gonna open up our confectioner's sugar. And we're just gonna dust these with some confectioner's sugar. Remember, don't go up to a confectioner and mistake them for a candy maker or a chocolatier. They're very different things. I made that mistake once and I got a mouthful of fist. You Fear Jazz says, got some on the Peruvian marching powder on there. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure if this powder is from Peru. It might be from Colombia, but either way, it is intended to be a South American treat. Let's go ahead now and bag this back up. I'm going to put these on. Let's go ahead and find a plate. You know what I'll do? They're way too hot to grab. They're kind of crumbly, unfortunately. But I'm getting better at it. Take the crumbs out. Do I still have the reverb on? Check, 1. I don't want to have the reverb on. Okay. There we go. Something tells me these are going to be frickin' delish. I'm going to get rid of this very hot thing. And if you have kids, your kids are going to be wanting to lick the cookie pan. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at the example. Okay, so this, I've gone over this before. When you're comparing your dish to the ones that they have in the picture on the websites, don't forget that these are photo shoots that employ probably 100 people to make up the sets, and professional cinematographers and makeup people and all kinds of stuff. So once again, so this is the one from delish.com, and once again, let's look at ours. Whoops, nope, sorry. There's ours. Okay. Yeah. Lick's Advocate says literally just dump the sugar. No, because that's going to be too much sugar. We already have so much picture in there. Komabuta says they uploaded the wrong pic. Yeah, no, that was a mistake that I made. We did a thing where we drew a picture of Bono one time, and I've just never been able to really get rid of that picture. We have a technical advisor, Quanto, but Quanto has since begun developing a family, a nuclear family, and so we don't have all the technical expertise that we once had, so things break down eventually, and that's okay. Piss Baby says, wow, where'd you get that high-tech kitchen utensil from? I think you're talking about my spatula. This is what you call a slotted spatula. So it's got holes in it, so when you shake it, the stuff comes down. I got it. I don't remember where I got it. I think I just found it around the house. Okay, well, now for the fun part. Let's go ahead and see what it tastes like. I'm going to pick, this one looks nice. All right. It's kind of crumbly. But maybe it's like a crumb cake. So this is the Southwestern style Snowball cookie with masa harina flour as well as pepitos de penisos. Perisitosis, gambling addicts about to learn a lesson. Here we go. You know what? It's not very good. It's like got a very strange texture to it, but also it doesn't taste that good. And I'm surprised because we used a lot of sugar and butter, but I think that the type of flour that I used is adding a savory element there that makes it taste like kind of like I mixed wheat bread with I don't know, cotton candy or something like that. It'd be better to just have the cotton candy. But I don't think anybody has to know it's not good. I might bring it to my neighbor's place. We were supposed to watch the Olympics. I could wrap this up in little baggies and give it out to everybody. Uh-oh. Roast beef is on the loose. And he's pissed off. Let's see what's going on with roast beef here. So sometimes when he wakes up, he doesn't exactly know where he is. Roast beef. He also can't hear very well. Now he's going to start licking himself. Okay. Well, we have a couple of gifts here. Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to CamRaptor03. Thank you, CamRaptor. And Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to CK04. As well as Joffe resubscribing for 22 months. Awesome. Excited to see you in Park City. Awesome to hear. Come on down. Thank you, Joffe. I'm looking forward to the shows. And Purple Donut Filling is a Fruit gifted a tier 1 sub to Cream HMS, who gave us a raid. So thanks very much. And we ended up today with 435 subscribers, which I think is plenty respectable. Plaid Weasel VT says, so when he wakes up, he doesn't know where he is, then he starts licking himself. Are we sure roast beef isn't my grandfather? He is a geriatric cat, so he has a lot of old person type qualities. Shockingly similar. Parasitosis says, so Henry, if you're sharing the cookies, you'd consider that a success, right? If I'm able to successfully pawn these off on some neighbors, I'll be very happy. They did not. I'm going to go ahead and say, and I don't like to be hard on myself, but this was a fail. This was a failure. It tastes like shit. It looks like shit. And when you compare it to the one that they had, I don't know how they wound up getting that from this. I think it's the kind of flour that we used. Oh, come on, buddy. All right. I'm going to have to go feed my cat roast beef, but once again, this has been the South American Snowball cookies with a Venezuelan Harina, what do you call it, flour, and pepinas de cabazos, as well as Delish.com. I want to thank them for their recipe, even though ours didn't come out like theirs. But that's okay. We did the best that we could. And I'll probably be able to get my neighbors to eat it. Thanks, Tim Leff. Says it looks great. Blindfolded Missile. Good night, Mr. Henry Phillips. Good night, Blindfolded Missile. And Fat Hunger says maybe the real success was the friends we made along the way. I think so. And we did make some friends. Thank you, Fat Hunger, for that nice message of friendship. And Komabuta says the kitchen is a cruel mistress. It absolutely is. It's a torture device, basically. It's a torture chamber. And Kamabuda also says mistakes are more valuable than successes. Yeah, but you wouldn't mind having a success now and then. But we do sometime. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here at Henry's Kitchen. I'm very appreciative. And once again, come see a live show. I'm not playing in a lot of different places, but if you go to henryphillips.com, you'll see that I am playing some places scattered around the U.S. in a very weird routing pattern. So, all right. Well, I think it's time to say goodbye. Thank you, Beelzebub. Thanks, It's Kate. Thanks, Borsenven. Thanks, Mochi. Thanks, everybody. Thanks again for that awesome raid. From Cream HMS. And we'll have to check out your channel as well. And let's go ahead and do a raid. Let's see. I mean, we've got the usual suspects. I'm going to take a quick peek. Do we know if Chef Reactions is doing streams anymore? Hopefully. I haven't been getting notifications for it. But Stick Dastardly says standing by for the raid. Parasitosis says he's traveling at the moment. Okay. Well, I think we'll do the usual and check in on our beer drinking drawing buddy, Husky Boyo. So here we go. Oh, thanks, JSBX fan. That's good to know. Well, Wednesday we'll have to do it, but he does evening. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your or beginning of your week. And I'll see everybody on Wednesday morning. We'll try to have something a little better for you. Sorry, this one came out like shit. All right, here we go. Without further ado, here is my buddy Brett Brock, who's drawing up some comics right now and most likely drinking a beer and having a good time. So I'll see you, everybody.